What's up, everybody? Mark with Coffee&Toys here, bringing you a quick morning update because I wanted to get this out for you guys before the campaign ends. And what I wanted to talk about today was a Kickstarter by some good folks starting their own toy line, their own 80s retro O-ring toy line that revolves around ninjas. So do I have you hooked? All right. This is Whiskey Jack Toys. They are doing a campaign called Legends of the Hidden Force. I'm going to show you here in a minute what their campaign looks like, but I've been following this campaign for a while. They started the campaign, they stopped the campaign to kind of tighten it up, and then they restarted it about a little over a month ago. And they're really close to breaking the 35K that they need to fund this project and to seed those initial figures. So with that being said, let me just grab the camera, I'll spin it around, and we'll kind of talk through it and walk through it together because it's really cool and I think you guys need to know about it. Okay, so here we go. We have Legends of the Hidden Force 3 3/4 inch ninja action figures hidden in a mystical city beset by betrayers, conquerors, and terrors. 3 ninja factions vie for the fate of the power-enhancing flower. So as you can see right now, they've got 27 hours to go. They need $35,000 to reach their initial goal, and they are at $33,801. Now, Whiskey Jack Toys is at Joe Fest right now, so make sure you stop by first of all and check out their project. Check out this project. They do have some prototypes, some hand-painted samples available to look at, ask questions, but we're just going to go quickly through the campaign and see what this is all about. So I think the big thing everyone's going to notice is that these are 3 3/4 inch action figures that are very reminiscent of G.I. Joe, and as well as the core and whatever other O-ring figures you might have enjoyed back in your heyday, or even some of the more recent ones that have done their own Kickstarter campaigns. But as you can see, this is kind of their initial loadout for the figures they're going to be bringing it upon, and you can see this is 12 figures. Now, this can be a little tricky if you don't read through it, so I'm going to explain. The initial figures, if they fund, are actually going to be only the first 4, I believe. So we're going to scroll down. At $35,000, we can have Shinobi, Torashi, Obaki, and Kiyonashi ready to go. So here we go. First 4 figures. Now, Shinobi here is kind of the main character. And I do apologize that I'm filming my computer screen. I don't have this set up to actually film exactly what's on, or I'm not smart enough to figure it out in a short amount of time. But Shinobi is their main character, and of course, looking at Shinobi, he does seem to be very much akin to the Ninja Gaiden / Shinobi kind of amalgam of the two from 80s properties video games. And personally, this is kind of the main guy I want, so that's good that he's at that initial tier. And of course, he comes with a very cool split sword. They call it the Hidden Forge, Shinobi's Double Ninjato. So he is the main character of this whole thing. He's decked out in the blue with a head mask. And the articulation on these guys, we'll get into the articulation in a minute, but Shinobi's the main character. Here you can see him. This is the actual 3D printed, hand-painted prototype right here. And very cool. Let's see if I can actually zoom in without making it look just absolutely terrible. There we go. So there is Shinobi, looking very cool. And like I said, this is by Whiskey Jack. So the second person to come into the fray of the 4 initial figures is going to be, I can't tell if that's Torashi, Tiger Ninja. And I love that he comes with a plastic cape. He looks super cool. Zoom in on him. Looks super cool. Comes in with hand claws. They are called the Teko Kaji, if I'm saying that correctly. We then have Master Obaki, who looks very cool and very much looks like a bad guy, coming with his 2 axes. Of course, there he is. 3D printed, hand-painted prototype. And finally, it looks like that the final one will be Kinoshi, 3D printer, hand-painted prototype. So yeah, here's our 4th one. So those will be the initial 4 that you get in the set. And to get this set to fund, like I said, for them to fund, they need $35,000. They're really close. I think it's $90 gets you this. So let's just scroll over here real quick and see what it takes to get the initial 4. If you just want Shinobi, it's $24. Let's see. Student of the Hidden Force, any single figure. So you actually get any single figure for $24. But $95 actually gets you the entire set. So let me just turn that over there so you can see it a little better. $95 gets you the entire set. Now, $95 for 4 figures is not too bad. That's actually a little bit under price. I think by $1 if I do the math correctly. May 2024, so you're looking at a year out for these things to be delivered, which isn't too bad. I mean, your turnaround is not too shabby. Now, if they go over, there are some awesome hidden stretch goals and stuff like that, and I'm hoping they make it over. And specifically, we're going to just kind of go through these rather quick because there's some ones I want G.I. Joe fans to see specifically. Of course, you got Badger at $43,000. Ryu, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Unlocked at $51, which looks very cool. Looks very Snake Eyes-esque. Kusa looks very cool. I like the jungle colors. And you can see they're doing the smart thing. They're reusing a lot of that same tooling, not wanting to get the most out of your molds, right? Furry, Monkey Ghost. Now, Legends of the Hidden Force Adepts Pack unlocks at $67,000. That gets you 8 figures. So if they can get to $67,000 and you do what they're going to call an all-in, you get all 8 figures. Now is when it gets interesting. So if we look at Knockout, unlocked at $75,000, if you're noticing something a little bit familiar about him, followed by Kudan, followed by Omen, and rounded out with Dato. Actually, I think there might be one more in here. Let me see. We'll get them all down here at the bottom. So we've got Beto. Is that what I said his name was? Sorry. Dato, or Daito. Knockout, Badger, Omen, and Kudan. If you notice, these are actually the homages to the G.I. Joe unreleased 1995 Ninja Commandos. This is almost exactly what they looked like. So this was Budo. I don't remember what this one was called. It might have been Knockout. I can't remember. Somebody drop me a comment and tell me what his name was. Badger was Flint. Omen was Storm Shadow. And Kudan was Road Pig. So I'm interested in these. Now, obviously, to get these, they have to get the $99,000 mark. And that's going to be tough because there's only 24 hours left in the campaign, roughly. But they are going to have a backer kit that they're going to try to get these guys unlocked if they don't hit that $99,000. The goal, though, is to hit the $99,000, and these guys are instantly unlocked, and they don't have to hope for more people to buy more figures within the backer kit. If you don't know what a backer kit is, just FYI, if you signed up today and you said, hey, I just want to pay $24 or $95, get one figure or the first 4 figures, once the campaign succeeds, they send what's called a backer kit link to you, and you are able to add more figures on if you want. And what they do is they take that money and they use that money essentially like it had been earned during the campaign and try to unlock more things. So the all-in for all 12 figures is $270. So if you pledge $270 today and they hit $99,000, you would get all 12 figures, one of each. That's a great deal. And then, of course, they have all these stretch goals that we'll quickly just go through. I don't know if they're going to hit these, but I will say this ninja, Akihiro, is awesome because I love that he's clear with just a little bit of paint apps, especially around the eyes and the chest. Looks very cool. And then they just have more stuff they're unlocked. Again, they're just trying to use those molds as much as they can. And of course, it's ran by 2 individuals. We got Whiskey Jack Toys and Media, which is founded by Darren, and we have Matt. He's the main designer from for the Hidden Force figures. They show you the construction book. I'm not going to go into all this, but you can see. I mean, this is a great layout of how they do G.I. Joe. And the cool thing is there's actually a video out there if you go to YouTube and watch it, and I watched it last night. This buck with this rounded head at the top can actually support both modern-day G.I. Joe figures, modern-day 4-inch G.I. Joe figures, and classic O-ring style figures, because the way they have it made, it actually supports both heads. And they do that. There's a video out there that they actually take a Budo figure and swap parts with one of their resin prototypes. It's very cool. And you could build your own characters. I mean, if you're like me and you're from the 80s and you love playing with G.I. Joes and tearing them apart and taking that screw out of the back and slapping them, making your own characters, these guys will do the exact same thing within their toy line or with other toy lines like the Core and G.I. Joe. So it's very cool. It's very smart of them to do that. They do have additional, in addition to the rounded peg on the neck, they do have movable wrist. That is the only thing they've changed. So the wrists are actually 360 articulated, and that is very, very cool, because now your figures can hold weapons and not just be stuck in one particular position. As you can see, they rotate the arms and the wrist in every one of these figure pictures. So with that being said, I'm going to back them right now because I want you guys to see that I put my money where my mouth is. Back this project. And I am going to go in for at least the $95 because I want the first 4. So I'm going to scroll down. Let me move my camera over a little bit. I want the first 4 figures. Let me figure out how I add that. I think I just did it. Scroll back up to the top. Thought I did it. Oh, there it is. So we have to pledge 102 because you have to do the shipping and destination. So 102 pledged. I'm going to continue. Going to put in my password really quick. And over here, I understand. I'm going to pledge to this Kickstarter. Thank you, Mark Callison. There we go. I have pledged to it. I hope you guys pledge to it as well. This is Mark, Coffee&Toys. Back Legends of the Hidden Force on Kickstarter.com, and you've got 24 hours to do it. You won't regret it, and I will talk to you guys soon.